to Discover La Jolla, where we showcase the jewel of San Diego, and that is La Jolla, California. I'm your host, Jim McInerney, and I'm very honored to have Chris Magill with me in the studio here from Aztec Home Inspections. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We were just chatting a second ago about when we first met, and it turns out that it was 22 years ago or
Right, yeah.
21 years ago
Probably
or
2004.
long time ago.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I remember just meeting you and you're like, "Oh, I'm a home inspector." And I like took your card, and little did I know at that time that we would have decades of interactions happening
Exactly.
between us.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about Aztec and tell our viewers a little bit
Okay.
about Aztec Property Inspections and what you do.
All right. Well, I started Aztec Property Inspections in 2004. I
Yep.
was doing a couple years of flipping properties. So I
Okay.
was at GC and running crews and
So you had an understanding of construction and the
yes.
business a
And
little
I had
bit.
seen tons of home inspections and I was pretty disenchanted with the product that we were receiving for hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You give them $500 and you get this piece of
Report.
paper saying see somebody else 1,000 times.
Right.
So I just that's where I was, there had to be a better mousetrap, and so I basically went to school for home inspection
Okay.
and then retooled, and I haven't done a flip since. So I've been doing nothing but home inspection
Right.
since 2004. And first it was just me, and I was out passing out cards, which is
Yeah,
how we
that's
met
right. How we met.
at REBA and other
Yep.
associations. But now we have a team there's 8 of us. So we have
Okay.
an office manager. So we answer every call. We're
You
not
sure do.
we're not using AI and
Right.
call service. So we have a full-time staff, and so we
You
have a
guys
team
have
of,
done inspections for homeowners and buyers and sellers all over San Diego County?
yes, yeah, and we go a little bit beyond San Diego County sometimes. If
Okay.
it's a
If it's
special instance, like we went up to LA we had a 12-story office building. So we do residential and commercial, and we try to offer a very high-end service, a
you do.
product that you can use. We try to give real-life knowledge and experience. The bedside manner is super important in this
Right.
business. You have to be able
Right.
to relay the information
Right.
evenly and fairly.
Because it's a very, very, very sensitive, touchy moment when
Right,
the home inspection happens. The sellers have listed their home for sale, let's say,
right,
and a buyer's shown up. You've gone into escrow. Everybody's excited. Now they bring you and your team in to really strip apart and look at the bones of the house and
right.
the plumbing, the electrical, the structural, the roof,
Yes,
the waterproofing, the drainage, you could go in
exactly.
insulation. All of the aspects of the home that
Right.
sometimes you don't pay attention as a buyer or seller because they're hidden. And then, so talk about
Yeah.
that bedside manner of actually doing a big inspection and then sort of having to share some of
Yeah.
the
So
results.
we also offer termite and sewer inspections now, which
Okay.
are kind of ancillary
Yep.
things. But yeah, we're basically the paid pessimist of the whole deal and the
Huh.
Debbie
Interesting.
Downer. Yeah, it's kind of it's not all rainbows,
Right.
and we're not. Things can be amazing and great and beautiful views, and that's not what we're looking at.
Right.
We're just looking at what's wrong, what's not working, performing,
What has
what's
deferred
nearing the
maintenance?
what's nearing the end of its lifespan, what
Right.
could cost you some money down the road, and we have to relay that to the potential buyers or whoever
Correct.
our client is. Sometimes it's a listing,
Mm-hmm.
a homeowner
Mm-hmm.
that is potentially putting a house on the market. So yeah, we have to be able to relay information evenly and clearly, and sometimes somebody reading it might be defensive. Like we always
Mm-hmm.
have agents say, our roof has never leaked."
Right.
Like,
Right.
all roofs are going to leak
Right.
without regular maintenance. So it's kind of it's a touchy thing, and you have to be able to have a good
Well,
bedside manner. And
it's so important too what you do, because if you miss something, the buyer kind of misses something.
yeah,
Meaning, like, if you miss something regarding the sewer lines deteriorating, then the buyer's inheriting it. So it's really important that you guys are so thorough
right.
and that you're really looking at all the aspects of the home.
Yeah, and it's really important. Yeah, there's a lot of liability involved for
Mm-hmm.
everybody, and yeah, you have to hire a great company that has great knowledge because you don't know what you don't know.
And
And
you're talking
so,
about millions and millions of
oh
dollars.
yeah,
I mean, you've been involved with some of the largest, if not the largest, transactions
right.
in San Diego, right?
Yeah, we just it was about a year ago now, but we did it just sold recently here, and it was the largest real estate residential transaction in San Diego history.
$50 million.
Right.
It's
Yep.
pretty impressive.
It was an
I
impressive
mean, you
house.
talk about a little bit of sweat brow pressure on the
Right.
inspector, right?
Oh no, it
I'm
was just
kidding.
the same.
I know it's just
It
still a
was,
house, right?
yeah, yeah.
There's still houses. They
And
still have
there
foundations,
were
sewer
still
lines.
things wrong, and but yeah, that was kind of a unique experience because they were, it had just been built, so
And so you were coming in to sort of verify the quality of the builders,
yeah, and just make sure everything
making sure
was.
the
Oh,
builders,
oh, the builder wanted everything done perfectly, but there's always a punch list,
of
and there's
course,
30 subs on every
right,
house, so
of
there's a lot
course.
of in between jobs that don't quite get done, or
Yeah.
somebody thinks it's their job or somebody else's job. So anyway, we just come through and actually work the house and turn lights on as we go, and make sure everything functions, open every window, close every door, and just make sure everything is like it should be. And yeah, that was a beautiful house, obviously.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was years of
How
working with that agent, and
how have inspections changed for you since you started in 2004? How has technology
well,
changed? Like, give us a few examples of.
when we met, it was 4-part paper. You can go out there and write up a 20-page 4-part paper, and you rip off one copy.
Oh,
Here's
that's right.
yours.
You get the carbon
Here's your
copy,
copy.
the
Carbon
seller
copy. Yeah,
copy. Yeah,
yeah. It
that's
was all
right.
handwritten,
Oh, that's right.
but 4-part paper,
Yep.
and
I
for
remember
years,
that.
for like 5 years probably, and then now it's all digital and it's all hosted. So the reports are obviously we use high tech equipment.
Hmm.
We use drones for roofs. We have
So
pole
that's an
cameras
interesting
too.
thing, right? You used to have to get up on the roof and physically inspect
Yeah,
and walk on the tiles. Now you just put a drone up.
and we do walk on the roofs that we can walk on without damaging, not tile
Got
roofs,
it.
but asphalt comp shingle roofs we'll
Right.
actually get up and walk on. But we have drones when we need them. I
You have
actually,
cameras
oh yeah, we have.
to put
In,
down sewer
oh yeah,
lines.
yeah, exactly. We run cameras down sewer lines, look at them from the inside out. We have. I got this pretty cool. It's basically like a robot RC car that goes under houses where we can't fit.
Into the crawl space
Right.
where it's too tight for you guys to get
Exactly.
down.
It's because all those
Huh.
1920s houses have this
Yeah,
much
yeah,
room,
exactly.
and a lot of times those don't even fit on those houses. But anyway, it's just another tool, and all
Right.
these things we're just using all these tools combined with knowledge to provide a product that can be used and easily understood. And the hosting of the new websites, the software allows videos, which is really helpful.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Because back
because
in the day when you were doing the 4-page paper,
oh
that's all you were
yeah,
getting
no
was some
pictures, zero pictures back then.
zero photos.
Yeah,
Now the reports are just loaded with photos
yeah, they
and
have.
video and narration,
Hmm.
right?
Oh yeah.
And it's interesting when you say like put the robot under the crawl space. In the old days, let's go back
Hmm.
20 years, you would just have to write
In,
inspector could not access
right.
area
Inaccessible.
unknown
Yeah.
unknown results.
Yeah. And it's don't I mean it's not a magic wand. That thing is still we always crawl under houses when we can because
Right.
it's way better to see it,
Of
because sometimes
course.
you see a picture and you're like, what is that? So anyway, we crawl 90% of the time, but
Yeah.
if we do have some equipment that can help out when we can't walk on the roof, when we can't get under
Right.
a house. But the whole thing, you have to have knowledge and experience
Know what you're looking at.
right.
Know what
Exactly.
might be causing the problems. I
Yeah.
mean, most people, 99.9% of all people, never crawl underneath their house.
Right.
Have no idea what's under the house. They have no
Exactly.
idea what pipes are underneath the house, how electrical lines, sewer lines, foundation supports. So it's interesting that
Yeah.
how little most people know about their own house.
Right. And when my flipping experience really comes in handy occasionally on the structural items, like
Oh, I'm sure.
because we were doing mostly cracked slabs
Mm-hmm.
and structural issues. So I was
Mm-hmm.
working hand in hand with engineers to fix the problem, and they would monitor our work and then give it a stamp of approval. So I got to understand and talk to engineers, and
And
so like
know.
yeah, so I now when I see cracks under the house, I understand, is that a lifting, a heaving, a settling, like, and just what's important and what's not. All concrete cracks, all stucco cracks, At what point do you be alarmed at, like, if I show up to a house and there's a poured concrete apron all the way around the house, I know why, because it's probably a structural repair. Those engineers, when there's cracked slabs, a lot of times they make you put gutters around the entire roof. They
Right.
make you pour an apron around the entire house.
So
So
there's
the bells go off, and then you start
Yeah.
looking for other things. Doors not closing right,
interesting.
et cetera, et cetera.
That's great insight, and that's why people hire you, and that's why we continue to hire you too. I mean,
Thank
we've
you.
used Aztec for over 20 years on some of our larger projects and multi-million-dollar homes,
I appreciate it.
because we're really relying on your expertise, your knowledge, your insight, and we're also relying on you not to be an alarmist.
Right.
I mean, we're really hiring you to be like a professional analyst and share what's going on. Because I know that some inspectors that we've used in the past are alarmists and will blow a deal up on something that really isn't life-threatening, like a roof leak.
Right.
And they start going down like, oh, there's going to be mold and there's going to be health problems, instead of, no, all we have to do is replace these tiles, seal this off, treat it with this, and you're going to be fine for the rest of your life.
Right. Well, here's how I look at it. And I'm not personally invested with if the client buys the house
Correct.
or not.
Right.
I want them to be happy and know the situation and be okay with what they're getting themselves into.
Right.
Everything can be fixed. It's just time and money. And I don't know how much they're buying the house for. So there's a lot
Right.
of the equation I don't know, but I know everything can be fixed.
Right.
And maybe they're getting a screaming deal. Maybe they think they're paying
But that
over.
doesn't weigh into your analysis.
Right.
You're just there to do
Yeah,
your
I
job
just
and
give the
analyze the house.
Exactly. I give the information.
And sometimes you are called back out, right, to re-inspect after some repairs have been made.
Correct.
To verify that they were done in accordance and compliance with building codes or California codes or statutes.
Yes. And that can be a tricky situation because we are the generalist in all areas.
Okay.
We don't pretend to be specialists or licensed plumbers or
Got it.
licensed roofers. So in theory, we call out a problem. They have a licensed roofer come out. The generalist coming after them. And a lot of times we can't tell what was done necessarily.
Right.
Because a lot of times they fix it and put it back.
Uh-huh.
So that can be a tricky situation, but we are the generalist. And if we see something that is either wrong, not working, then we recommend a specialist for further evaluation.
And what do home inspections range from? Like from a small condo to a big mansion? I mean, are you talking like $800 to $5,000? Is that in the range, or where are we talking?
Small condos can be $300 to $400.
Okay.
Townhomes start $400 to $500.
Okay.
But we get into some amazing, huge houses. It can be a couple $1,000s.
Max, though.
Yeah. Like
Probably
2,000 would be a gigantic.
So probably the best money spent when you're
yeah.
dealing with a $5 million home.
Right. We just did one last week, actually, that was interesting. It was a court-ordered sale.
Okay.
So going to be on
For sale?
Yeah. So they weren't even in escrow, but the client that I knew wanted, before they even put in an offer on this, they wanted to know exactly, and they didn't care if they didn't get their offer accepted, but they wanted to be sure what they're offering on. And I don't know if they got it or not, but it was kind of interesting. There were a bunch of people still coming through open house.
And so there's this whole dynamic here in Southern California versus Northern California. Northern California, the transactions are preloaded with all the inspections and all the disclosures before the buyer makes the offer.
Right.
Down here in Southern California, we're backwards. The person makes the offer, then all the inspections happen and all the disclosures happen. What are your thoughts there? Do you have thoughts on how things go smoother?
I don't have real life experience with how it works up, Northern California, but I know some states, even I think Missouri, some other states require the home inspection be part of the disclosures. So it makes a whole lot of sense to be forthcoming, especially if it's a seller. Well, if it's a seller's market, a lot of agents, we're doing more listing inspections right now to set the house apart from other houses. And here you go. Here's our disclosures.
I think it does go over well when you lay out all the cards on the table up front.
Right.
And the people are making the offer, because it always seems like a point of renegotiation if you've made the offer, you got it accepted, now you do all the inspections, you find these like black eyes on the property or what,
Right.
blemishes, and then there's a renegotiation of price and all that. So it's very interesting. How do you see home inspections changing as we move into this fast moving technology world
Yeah,
of AI and all these other things?
I'll be honest. I do not know where or how
Things are
AI
going
is going to be impacting. I mean, we are boots on the ground, and
physical. You're
yeah,
touching and looking
yeah,
and flashlights and
and
documenting.
yeah, and even somebody in home inspection school isn't going to know what to do with the information they get. I don't know how AI is going
Going
to.
to affect that yet?
Right. So
Don't know yet.
I don't know.
Well, it's probably
I'm sure it'll
very
help with report writing and that kind of stuff. But I don't see us getting replaced or
right.
anything crazy like that. But
Good.
But we'll see how it goes.
Well, thank you for being such a large part of the real estate
Oh,
community here in San Diego.
thank you.
Aztec name derived. Did you go to San Diego State?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No.
Aztec, can I ask how Aztec came about as the name? Is
Well,
there any
I
genius?
was a marketing major,
Okay.
and years ago I had a moving company in Dallas, and we were the Mustang Moving Company.
Okay.
So it's just a marketing.
Just a marketing idea.
Yep. And we get a lot of great Aztec alumni.
Well, it helps. I mean,
Yeah.
two of my children went to San Diego State.
Yeah.
Charlotte, that's over here in the studio, she went to San Diego
Oh, yeah.
State. So Aztec's a great name. We love it. Thank you for what you've done. You've built an amazing business. You're
you.
extremely valuable to our real estate industry. And I wanted to thank you for coming in this morning.
well, thank
Really appreciate having
Thank
you
you.
on.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Aztec Home Inspections, best in the West. Check them out, and we'll see you on the next episode of Discover La Jolla. Thank you.